Here is a close-up of the Hexababy blanket, and this is a join as you go technique. So to start out with, you make one complete hexagon, and then any hexagon that you make after that will be joined to the first one or the previous one. So sometimes you have like a one-sided joining. Like after I do my first one, then I'll show you a one-sided joining. And then you could have like a, let's say this was your third one right here, you would have a you would have actually a two-sided joining here, because you would join to this one and that one. So this number, your first motif to your second is a one-sided joining. Then when you do your second motif, you will have a third two-sided joining right here. And then let's say you had these three done, then this one, if you were joining this one in, would actually be a three-sided joining. And that means that I need to join from here to this side, to that side, and to that side. And then it's possible that you would have a four-sided joining. Let's say you had all of these done, and then you wanted to work this piece into here, you could just as easily do a four-sided joining where you're joining here to here to here to here to here. So once you see the technique, it's really easy, and then there's no sewing afterwards. So I'm going to show you how to make a complete motif, and then I'll show you adding on a couple more motifs to this pattern. So let me get that off to the side just right. So to begin the motif, you start with a slip knot on your hook, and you chain 4. And you join with a slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. So you go right here. And then you chain 3, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. And then you work 17 more double crochets into the ring. So you're going to have 18 total. And then when I leave a long end on my starting chain, and I work over that end and into the ring at the same time. So I'm holding this strand next to the ring as I'm working over it. Most of the time I do that. I love watching this yarn change colors. It's fun. Okay, I'm just totally lost count, but I'll go back and count my double crochets. Okay, so now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So I just need 3 more. And you can like scoot these around the circle more, around the ring, to make room. So I just need 3 more. Okay, there's the 3. Okay, there's 18 total. Now you join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet or the top of the chain 3. It's the same thing. So I'm going to insert my hook into the top chain, yarn over, bring that through, and then bring that through the loop on my hook. So now it says chain 5. And that's going to count as a double crochet and a chain 2. Okay, then it says double crochet in the same space. So where I joined right there, I'm going to work a double crochet into that same space. And then it says to double crochet in the next 2 double crochets. Like that. And then it says to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet into the next double crochet. So that's this. And I'm creating the 6 corners here on round 2. So you repeat that pattern around. I'm going to double crochet in the next 2, and then work double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in the next one, and then I'm going to double crochet in the next 2, and then double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. It kind of creates the side, and these double crochet, chain 2, and doubles creates the corners, and there's 6 corners because it's a hexagon. If you've never crocheted with a wood crochet hook, I highly recommend trying these Deborah Norville crochet hooks because they're really warm and comfortable to work with. So in the very end, I'm going to land up around to this beginning chain, and I've worked my repeat will end with 2 double crochets, and you want to count and make sure that you have 6 chain 2 spaces all the way around, and then you join with a slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 5. So here's the chain 5 right here, and I'm going to go in the 3rd chain like this, bring the yarn up and join that. So that's the end of round 2. So now I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet into the chain 2 space. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next 4 double crochets. And then I'm going to work a single, chain 2, and single in the next corner. And then single in the doubles. See, only your first motif here, only your first hexagon is done without joining to another. Every one after this will be joined, starting with this one, will be joined to this one and then to each other as you go along. So I'm just working single, chain 2, single in each corner, and then I'm working 1 single in each double. And if you're not comfortable with this join as you go, you can always sew these together. So it'll work great either way. So to sew it together, you just make them all like the first motif, like this, complete them, and then just sew them together. Okay, so now I'm back to the beginning of round 3. I have single crochet, chain 2, single in each corner, and then 4 single crochets in between. Now I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet like that, and then I'm going to finish off, and I'm going to cut back here. Now if I decided to sew all these motifs together, I would cut back here, like maybe about a 12-inch end I would leave. But for right now, I'm just going to cut right here and then just pull that out, and I'll sew that in later. So now, when you make the next motif, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can start round 2 and join it right away and then finish the round. And this is a one-sided joining that I'm going to show you how to do. What I did is I started round 3 and I went all the way into the last complete side, and now I'm going to join, and then I'll finish my round. So when I'm getting ready to join, I know I want to join like this side to this side right here. So I've got a single crochet in that corner. I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to slip stitch to the first motif in the corresponding corner. So I'm going to take the back side right here. So this is the front of the piece that I'm working on, the right side, and then this is the back side of the one I want to join to. So I've single crocheted in the chain 2 space, and I've chained 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch over into the chain 2 space of the corresponding motif that I want to join to. So I'm just going to insert my hook, yarn over, bring that loop through, and then bring that through the loop on my hook. Then I chain 1 like that, and then I finish this corner over here with a single crochet, just like that. See, and that's joined. And then I just single crochet. I'm working on the second motif here, and I'm going to single crochet in each of the 4 double crochets. Then I'm going to put a single crochet into the next corner. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go to the second corner right here of the corresponding motif, and I'm going to insert my hook on the wrong side like this. I'm going to yarn over, bring that out, and then bring that through the loop on my hook. Then I'm going to chain 1, and now it's joined on one side, is completely joined. So I come back over here and I finish this motif off. So whatever I have left to do, once it's joined, I can finish this round. But you're actually joining while you're completing the final round. So now I'm gonna slip stitch in the first single crochet and finish this one off. And I'll sew that end in later, like that. So that's a one-sided joining right there, and now I'll show you a two-sided joining. So I've got a white square here, and I've completed 1, 2, 3 sides, and I've put a single crochet in the chain 2 space. I'm going to chain 1. So I want to join this from these 2 sides to these 2 sides. So I'm going to pick up the wrong side of these motifs, and I'm going to go in here, yarn over, and finish a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to come back over here, single crochet into the chain 2 space, single crochet in each one of the next 4 doubles. Okay, single crochet in the next corner, chain 1, and then I need to join it right here in these corners. So right here, you can go into several different places actually here, where this one was joined here. You can go into probably be best to go into the slip stitch of the joining from the previous one. So I'm right into that slip stitch from my first joining right there. So I'm going to go into under 2 loops there, yarn over, bring that through, and then bring that through, and then chain 1, and then I'm back working on the working motif, sometimes it's called, and I'm going to finish that corner with a single crochet. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next 4 double crochets. Because keep in mind, you are completing this motif as you're working. So now I'm going to single crochet in the next corner, chain 1, and now I've got this joined on one side here. So now my second side, I need to connect that with that. So I've chained 1. I'm going to pick up the wrong side of this corner, and I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, and draw that through here, chain 1, and then go back to my working motif and finish that round. So now that's a 2-sided joining. So the 3-sided joining, so let me just finish this motif here. Okay, then I'd join with a slip stitch here, and then I would cut this off like that. Okay, so that would be the 2-sided joining. And then you may come across a 3 or a 4-sided joining. I think 3 is probably the most you'll come across. But that's basically, it's the same exact thing, that you're finishing the working motif, but as you're finishing it, you're joining to the corresponding motifs that you want to attach to. So now I need to show you how to put the border on, and to do the edging, this pattern comes with a diagram, and in the diagram it's going to show you where to start, and what it's telling you is to start at an outside edge, like right here. So let me show you how that's done. And I will work with, I think I'll show you how to do it with the, with white. So on the diagram, it tells you to start like right on this corner. So right here is the outside edge of this completed Afghan, and the starting place would be right here on your outside corner. So then it says to attach yarn to the corner point as shown in the diagram, and then you chain 5. So I'm going to attach it into the corner. I'm going to insert my hook here, and I'm going to bring my, I have a starting chain right here, a slip knot. I'm going to bring that through, and then I'm going to chain 5, and then they said it counts as your first double crochet and chain 2. I'm going to double crochet in the same space like that, and then I'm going to double crochet in each of the next 6 single crochets. And then it says to double crochet in the corner, double crochet, chain 2, and double in the corner. And you do that on one more time. Okay, and I need a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that corner. So then you double crochet in the next 6 single crochets. Okay, so then it tells you to double crochet in the joining space. So in between your 2 motifs here, you want to let me see, it says double crochet in each of next 6 double crochet in joining space twice. So you can also, you can go into the corner, chain 2 space right here, and then into the next chain 2 space where they're joined right there. You can do, you've got enough room to do that, or you can do just 1 double crochet. That's what they're saying in the directions, is to just double crochet in the joining. So you just go into the bulk of the stitch right here where the 2 motifs are joined, like that. So then you go back onto here and you work double crochets in the singles. So that's how you work it all the way around, and your corners are worked like this, and then the sides are worked like this, where you have 6 along the motif and then 1 where they're joined. But you could also do 1 into the corner and then 1 over here. You would just have an extra stitch here. So whatever your preference is, but in the directions it tells you to go between the hexagons. So that's how you create this gorgeous Afghan, and I love these colors, and these colors are interesting too. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. The list is below with the links to everything that you saw me use in the video, and I want to thank you very much for watching.